The lobby learned Jordan before it accepted him. Morning after morning, the rhythm stayed the same. Rolling suitcases, espresso machines hissing like impatient snakes, the soft chime of elevators. But something underneath had shifted. People watched him now. Not openly, not rudely, just enough to measure him. To see how far the kindness went. To see where it cracked. It didn't. Jordan learned quickly that leadership wasn't louder than before, it was quieter. He stopped hovering behind the desk and started standing beside it. When a new associate stumbled through a check-in, he didn't correct them in front of the guest. He waited, let them finish, then offered help like a handrail, not a shove. Guests noticed. Staff noticed too, even the ones who didn't want to. There were whispers, always whispers. He's soft. He'll bend for anyone. This isn't a charity. Jordan heard them all. He let them pass through him like bad weather. He'd lived long enough knowing when to shield and when to absorb. One night, a woman in a silk coat and diamond studs slammed her palm on the counter. "I've been waiting 15 minutes, she snapped. "Do you know who I am?" Jordan met her eyes evenly. "I don't," he said, "but I know you've been waiting and that matters." She blinked, thrown off. Not dismissed, not flattered, just met. Later, when she cooled and apologized awkwardly, she asked his name. She left a glowing review, mentioned him twice. It wasn't about winning people over. It was about refusing to meet cruelty with submission or ego. Amelia watched these moments without interfering. She stayed in the background, arriving unannounced, sitting in corners, blending in just enough to see the real version of the place. She noticed how often Jordan stayed late, not to impress anyone, but to make sure the night shift had what it needed. She noticed how he never used his title as a weapon, how he corrected bias without ever saying the word out loud. Once, after a long evening, she joined him by the windows where the city lights blurred into gold. "You know," she said, "you're making some people uncomfortable." Jordan smiled faintly. "Good." She laughed quietly. "Most people aim to be liked. I aim to be fair," he replied. "Liked is optional." She studied him with something like respect and something like concern. "Fair people get tired," she said. "I know," he answered, "but tired doesn't mean wrong." At home, Maya felt the changes before she understood them. The fridge stayed fuller. The lights stayed on without that momentary flicker that used to make Jordan's chest tighten. He didn't come home smelling like stress anymore, just coffee and city air. Some nights, he even had energy to sit on the floor and color with her. One evening, she handed him a crayon and said, very seriously, "You smile different now." He paused. "Is that good or bad?" "Good," she decided. "It's like you're not bracing all the time." He swallowed past a lump he hadn't expected. Not everyone improved. One associate quit quietly. Another transferred. A third filed a complaint that Jordan was too emotional and unprofessional in prioritizing certain guests. Amelia read the report. Then she pulled footage. Then guest feedback. Then Jordan's performance metrics. The complaint disappeared. The associate didn't get fired. They got coached. Culture, Amelia believed, wasn't fixed by purges. It was fixed by consistency. Months passed. The emergency guest fund became official policy. A line item, approved, funded, tracked. Jordan never used his own money again. That mattered. Not because he regretted what he'd done, but because the system finally learned how to carry what it should have carried all along. One night, a new hire asked him quietly, "Why do you care this much?" Jordan thought about it. "Because one day," he said, "someone's going to remember how you made them feel more clearly than they remember what you charged them." The associate nodded like that landed somewhere deep. The first time Jordan wore a suit to work, Maya circled him like he was a museum exhibit. "You look important," she said. He crouched to her level. "I was important before." She grinned. "Yeah, but now you look it." He laughed, but later, alone, he stood a little straighter in the mirror. Not because of the suit, because of the man wearing it. Amelia didn't fall for Jordan all at once. It happened in fragments. The way he listened when she spoke, not as a boss, not as a symbol, but as a person. The way he never asked for more than he was given, yet somehow changed everything anyway. The way Maya trusted him so completely it was contagious. One afternoon, watching father and daughter build a crooked tower of complimentary water bottles in the lobby, Amelia felt something unfamiliar and sharp in her chest. Hope, she realized, not for the company, for herself. "Do you ever wish?" she asked him once. "That night hadn't happened?" Jordan didn't answer immediately. "No," he said finally, "but I wish it didn't have to." She nodded. "Me too." They stood in silence, the kind that doesn't rush to fill itself. The hotel won an award that year, Excellence in Guest Experience. Jordan didn't attend the ceremony. Maya had a school play that he sat in a folding chair, watching her wave too enthusiastically from the stage, paper crowns slipping sideways. When she spotted him, she beamed like the room had turned on just for her. Afterward, she ran into his arms. "Did I do good?" she asked. "You were amazing," he said, voice thick. She leaned into him. "You always say that, because it's always true." That night, walking home under the glow of streetlights, Maya skipped ahead, humming. "Daddy," she said suddenly, "do you think heroes know they're heroes?" Jordan smiled to himself. "I think," he said, "most of them are just trying to do the next right thing." She considered this, then nodded. "Okay," she said, "I can do that too." He reached out and took her hand. The city moved around them, loud, imperfect, unfinished, but for once, it didn't feel like something to survive. It felt like something they belonged to. And somewhere behind them, a building with warm lights stood open, not as a symbol of status or power, but as proof of what happens when one person decides that dignity is non-negotiable and refuses to let the world convince them otherwise.